What's up, guys? I'm Shane Peterson, and thanks for tuning in to this episode of Off the Rip. Seems like every single race we go to, every round, the racing just keeps getting better and better, especially in that 250 class. Haiden Deegan, big overall win for him, going 1-2 on the day. Silenced a lot of doubters that didn't think Southwick was his track. And then the 450 class, Jett Lawrence going 1-2 as well. But Chase Sexton was going that second moto. So let's see what else happened at Southwick in this episode of Off the Rip. All right, so it got wild at the Wick. Biggest wild moment for sure was Haiden Deegan's scrub in Moto 2. God damn, son. Damn. We saw Dylan Schwartz go down and then take a nasty hit to the face. Privateer rider Scott Meshy took a hard hit going for a fast lap in qualifying. And then lastly, Chase Sexton's pass around Jett Lawrence was wild. The speed that those two were going was just unbelievable. He still managed to pull off the pass. So those are some of the wild moments from Southwick. All right, so let's get into this 250 class. It has been the most exciting class to watch this season by far. I mean, love him or hate him. Haiden Deegan. Man, dude, he is riding freaking awesome. Every single ride, every single moto just seems like he's stepping it up, or he just delivers an awesome performance, an awesome ride. Moto 1, he got the job done. He did what he had to do, start to finish, led. Moto 2 though, crazy race. I actually got to see it live, and what I noticed that Haiden Deegan is doing is just kind of what Jett Lawrence does when he rides. He's doing what Jett Lawrence does when he rides. And he's dissecting the track, finding places to just hop the chop or the braking bumps. And he just looks, every single race, he just looks more developed. It looks like he's working on his technique a lot. And he looks a lot like Eli Tomac. He's riding really well. It's awesome to watch live. Then on TV, you really get to see what they're doing differently, especially when every single rider is just passing by in a certain section. You're like, damn, you know, he's doing a lot of things different than like 5th through 40th. Anyway, so next weekend is Redbud. The ones to watch, Haiden Deegan, obviously. I don't want to jinx it, but my boy, Ty Masterpool, we've seen him pull off awesome starts there at Redbud. I don't know why he does so good at Redbud, but he does. We saw him pull a nasty hole shot when he was on Star Racing Yamaha. He did it when he was a privateer on a KTM bike, running no graphics. So yeah, he's gonna be up there for sure. You can count on that. Another rider, Joe Shimoda, no stranger to doing good at Redbud. And you have to think he has a lot of confidence coming off that second moto win. So it's gonna be exciting to see these guys lay it down at Redbud. All right, so I'm gonna flex a little bit on my RM fantasy picks. Now I got the top 3 right, which were Jett Lawrence, Chase Sexton, and Hunter Lawrence. And then my 4th place that I did not get these right, Marchbanks Plessinger for 5th. And then the wild card pick was for 12th, and I put the Australian Kyle Webster. Overall, I scored 67 points, and my ranking is at 18,595. All right, so moving into this 450 class, one thing that stands out about Southwick is that you never know who's gonna line up in that top 40. Sometimes it's just some fast local guys who ride Southwick all the time, or it's just really good sand riders from other countries. And that's what we saw. We saw about 9 riders that we normally don't see lining up in that fast 40 on the rest of the circuit. And out of those 9 or 10 riders, 2 of those riders broke inside the top 10. That was Kyle Webster out of Australia, and Harry Kulas, who we see at pretty much every round, but still not on a factory ride, just a privateer rider. So credit to those guys for just laying it down in the sand. But the guys that have been lights out, gotta give it to Hunter Lawrence, Jett Lawrence. They just keep starting up at the front every single moto. They got it down. They got those Hondas down. I don't know, their starts are just phenomenal. Lots of sketchy moments from Hunter Lawrence though. Thought he was gonna pull off that win in Moto 2, but maybe his bike just wasn't set up as good as Jett's, or maybe he was just tired from just trying to handle that 450 in the sand, and just, you know, correcting those mistakes, I'm sure could take a lot out of you. Speaking of not being tired, not being done, was Chase Sexton with a huge ride in that second moto. Sexton just drops the hammer those last few minutes, catches Hunter, catches Jett. I mean, it was instant. You can see on the leaderboard that the time just dropped down. So maybe it was a strategy for Chase to beat Jett like this, or maybe he just, you know, found faster lines and it just clicked for him. So I don't know, but if it was a strategy, that was badass. That was some smart racing. Let's see if Chase Sexton uses a strategy at Redbud to beat Jett Lawrence, or is he just gonna go balls out and let the Redbud crowd just fire him up, get him all fired up? Shoot, I would be. If I had people cheering me on every single corner, best believe I'm letting it hang out. But yeah, it's a big race for Chase. Kind of hometown race, since he's from Illinois. It's in Michigan, kind of close. And it's 4th of July weekend, baby. You know, the Americans, United States, want to see an American boy on the top step of the podium. I'm sure Chase wants to be on the top step of the podium. I'm sure he's got a lot of confidence off this second moto win. So we'll see how it all shakes down next weekend at Redbud, and I'll be here on Off the Rip to talk about it with you guys. Peace.